crop of innovative startup entrepreneurs is filling up Nairobi's technology space. From applications aiming to automate businesses to mobile phone-based solutions, the technology scene is simmering with activity. The digital entrepreneurs are churning out solutions that could solve Kenya's and indeed Africa's problems. New innovations are disrupting old ways of doing business, and smart young startup entrepreneurs are at the forefront of this quiet transformation. Teams of skilled developers and programmers have sprung up in innovation hubs, incubators, and accelerators across the country to build information and telecommunication solutions that capitalize on the country's mix of challenges and opportunities. One of these is a customized enterprise software development firm that automates businesses. Wise Digits is a software development company that was founded 8 years ago. With the rise of digital communications, the demand for software solutions has peaked over the last decade. It is the demand for software solutions that drove Joseph Gatheru and Edwin towards entrepreneurship. The two computer science graduates co-founded Wise Digits to plug a gap they saw soon after graduating from Jomo Kenyatta University.
I'm Gatheru Joseph, a software developer for a company that deals in building and designing of custom software solutions. We teamed up to start Wise Digits, and so far so good.
I'm Monique Edwin. I'm also a co-founder of this organization, Wise Digits. Yeah. So for me, I can say I was mostly involved at the beginning of the organization. At the moment, I've been engaged elsewhere in studies, trying to see how I can enhance my career. I started at JQuat with Joseph. And towards the end of our time in school, that's the time you are trying to make a decision. What are you going to do next? What are you going to do now that you are about to finish school? So for me, I'd seen my interest was in self-employment. That for me, I had already made that decision quite early. So I decided to go for. So I decided software. For being computer science student, software was the best option for us. Yeah. That was 2008. 2008. Even there was a very big gap in the software. Very many businesses did not have even basic websites. I mean, the Facebook was just coming in, so there was definitely a big gap. We could see a lot was still missing. Even from our student experience, you could see there was a lot that Kenya could embrace in technology. Yeah.
The firm's flagship product is an innovative enterprise resource planning software named Wise Digits ERP, targeting both local and international businesses. It is a fully integrated and customized business solution that serves diverse business requirements. The ERP management information system integrates areas such as planning, purchasing, inventory, sales, marketing, finance, and human resource.
Technology, the field of technology is very wide, so I can say that my focus currently is on cybersecurity.
Hi viewers, this is Edwin.
I'm Diana.
Presenting a demo of the Wise Digits ERP software. The reason we are doing this demo is to showcase to our viewers and people who are interested in ERP software how the Wise Digits ERP software works. Wise Digits Limited is a 6-year-old Kenya IT company whose core business is to serve various industries with the Wise Digits software. We serve industries like hospitals, construction companies, wholesalers, and big retailers, NGOs, flower farms, real estate and property management companies, among many others. The Digits software consists of modules like the finance module, the CRM module, the inventory module, sales module, HR, payroll, among many other additional customizable modules depending on the industry and the needs of our client. Again, the reason we are doing this demo is to showcase to you how the Digits ERP works, and to give you an idea of how the software works. We are presenting in this demo, we are presenting the Digits ERP software for property management companies. And now Diana will carry on with the demonstration.
So as Edwin has said, this is the login page for the property management software. For one to log in, you must provide the username and the password, and then you click on the login. So on the login, once you log in, this is the dashboard, and on the dashboard you have two different portions. There are partitions. You have the left part that includes of the modules, and then you have the dashboard which includes of the graphs and pie charts. So with the graphs and the pie charts, it gives our users and the viewers a quick look of what is happening with the system. Like we have a pie chart for the invoices. It gives you a list of all the invoices and versus paid, and of course the balance. And then you have with the module, we have different modules. We have the CRM modules, which is a customer relation management module. We have a property management module, which consists of the landlord details, the tenant details, and the property details. And then you have a sales module, which is used for selling plots. We also have another module, the inventory module. This module is used when people want to manage their items, that is their stores, if at all they have stores with their company. Then you have the HRM module. With the HRM module, this is where the employee's biodata is being captured. We have the different assignments and the different departments, and then we have whereby the HRM captures the disciplinaries for different employees. And then you have the payroll module. With the payroll module, this is where all the payroll for employees in the company is made, and the system is able to give a report for all the PYE and HIF and SSF. And of course we have finance. With the finance, this is whereby all accounting are being captured, all the interest, all the expenses, and then you have the supplier accounts. We have the customer management accounts and the bank reconciliations. We have the bank transfers and bank withdrawals and deposits. And then you have the system tool. With the system tool, this is where the user is able to make configurations for the system, the details for the company, whatever details they want to appear on the receipts. Then of course they have the reports. With the reports, we got different reports for the module. So for the property management system, these are some of the reports that we have. We have the cashier return form, which is able to capture the daily collections for that specific day, and you can as well filter by date and see the transactions that has happened in the past, like 1 month or whatever period you want to capture. And then we have the tenant invoices. The system is able to give you a report of all the invoices that has been made over the system. Like if I can try to filter all the invoices that were made from January 2017, the system is able to load all the invoices with their payment terms and the date invoiced and the invoice number. Then still under the property management report, you have the tenant account. The system is able to keep a record of all the tenant history, be it tenant. So you have the tenant account. The tenant account is able to give a report of tenant transactions as well as all their payments that they have made. And then we have a management fees report. We also have a receipts. We also have a unit report and tenants. We have a key report, that is a property monthly report, that is able to give you a reporting of what has been done for maybe that specific month. Like if I may filter a certain property, and I filter the payment term is rent for the month of January, the system is able to give me the transactions that happened on that specific month of January. With basically it shows all the tenants that paid for that specific month and for that specific unit property, that is the plot, and the balances, if at all they had balances. So these are reports that you send to the landlords. It's a report that you can save to your computer, you can print, and as well as you can send as a PDF. Yeah, so we also have another report, that is the tenant arrears report. These are reports that is being used by the property managers to help them manage the units. They are able to know how much their per property the tenants sold them, and whereas they're able to know the tenants who have not paid for that specific month, and maybe if at all they had arrears, that is the balance brought down. So these also a report that you can print, you can PDF, and maybe use it in the field to collect arrears with a request for with that. So these are some of the reports that we have, and with the reports we give the reports as per the request of the users. Maybe different users got different reporting, so with the reports we give us as per the request. So these are some of the reports that we have for the Digits ERP property management system, and with the reports we give reports as per the request of the user, and as well these are some of the modules that we have for the property management system.
So viewers, I hope you have gotten an idea of how the Digits ERP software works, and also you have an idea of how we have organized the modules and also the reports in this system. I hope this video has helped you understand the Digits ERP software better. Thank you.
With the surge of digital entrepreneurs in Kenya, technology firms must provide cutting-edge solutions for them to stand out.
Clients who are not ready, the only thing that we do is we make sure that we work with rightly and written down structures. If we go to a client, some of the things that we require is, even before we sign a contract with a client, we specify the kind of infrastructure we would need, the kind of facilitation we would need from the client, and that would basically mean if the client doesn't have that, then it becomes difficult for us to achieve the automation.
This is why Gatheru and his team listens to the specifications of a customer before embarking on building the software. He works with a team of 5 professionals who are passionate about technology.
So my name is Diana Mogo, and my passion to software came after completing my campus. That's when I was looking for a place for an internship, and I landed with Digits. But before then we had met, but it hadn't in so much expanded. So after my internship, they felt the need to be with me. They saw the passion for me in softwares, and that's how I found myself in West Digits. I did IT in Mount Kenya University. So initially I started as a system implementer. That is, I started with doing system implementations and support. and but I also do finance, management, and HR. But basically, my area of passion is system implementation and support. Due to the increase, due to the technology improvement day by day, I also need to go with technology, and that's why I decided to do IT. That's why I decided let me look for a software field whereby I'm able to run skills and expand my skills day by day. Yeah, because I believe in the software firm, that's the only place so far that you can get the daily skills that are in the market.
So far, their solutions have been well received in the industry. The group of software developers serves customers in the hospitality industry, social development firms, construction and property management firms, food production firms, among others.
The business, I can say it was exciting because number one, that's what we were passionate for. For me, it was more exciting rather than a challenge, because that's where the passion was. So we were and technology, so many exciting things were happening in technology. So for that, I can say that was the experience. It was just an exciting venture. Yeah.
As Gatheru explains, their ERP product can be designed in a way that enables customers to benefit from different modules, thus improving efficiency in their specific lines of business.
We've had partnerships with individuals, so these are individuals who come and become more or less like ambassadors of our product. So they are the people who tell our story out there. They're the same people who will bring clients our way, give us a shoulder anytime we need.
Gatheru says he got an initial contract from his alma mater, the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. This is what kickstarted his career as a software developer.
I cleared campus. I had an opportunity to work on contract with Techie, which I did for a duration. And I can just mention the chain. This was a project we were doing for African Union, but it had been financed by USAID. USAID had subcontracted one company A. Company A subcontracted Company B. Company B subcontracted the university in South Africa. Then the university in South Africa subcontracted my university, and that's how I got the contract. And so I asked myself the question, what if I was able to just climb up the chain? I'm not at the end of the chain. And I mean, the initial contract sum was nowhere near what was getting into my pocket by the end of the day. So that was one of the things that, well, I wouldn't say that was exactly the reason why I thought business was it, but it is one of the catalysts that catalyzed my decision. But the key decision why I felt this is the business I would want to do. I would even mention, business was not the first thing in my mind, but the first thing in my mind was passion for what it is that I was doing. I was quite passionate about software development, but then after developing a software, so what? I had to sit down and now think of how do I make economic sense out of what I'm doing. And that's when I was able to sit down and realize, because I didn't get quite a chance to go to formal employment and get somewhere I'm reporting 8 to 5 or something like that before then, but this gave me an opportunity to see the massive opportunities that are there. But there's a catch to the opportunities, that it has to be that I'm ready. I have to be ready to go for those opportunities. And going for the opportunities involves taking a risk. It involves dedication. And I mean, a lot of sacrifice. There had to be a lot of sacrifice.
Through resilience, patience, and consistency, he has managed to grow his farm into its current level.
Some of the lessons that I've taken up in the course of my doing business, I would mention 4 points. One, I've learned you're not doing business if you're not resilient. You're not doing business if you're not patient. And you're not doing business if you're not consistent. And especially the kind of business, and I think this cuts across all industries in business. You have to be resilient. And the fourth point is you have to believe in what that you're doing. It's not being forced on you. It has to be, while I was starting business, and at times it was very difficult, the only thing that kept me, hanging in there was I believed in what I was doing. It was at times not so much about the money, but I believed in what I was doing.
He advises that money is not the only factor that should motivate prospective and practicing entrepreneurs.
And the key lesson I would say that I've learned from running business this long is business is about money. Yes, it is, but money is not the only thing. So there's a whole lot of other things in business. So money is just but one of the components of what it is that we look for while we're venturing into business. And I would advise any other person who is trying out business, well, money has to be a factor, but it is not the only factor. I mean, you don't go into business to make losses, it's to make money by the end of the day, but it cannot just be the only reason.
Starting a business requires capital, and most young people do not have it. But according to Gatheru, starting a business in the technology sector does not primarily need capital.
To run a successful business requires dedication. I want to believe not many people who are doing business, and I'm probably one of them, it calls for, at times you have to sacrifice some bit of social life, at times you have to sacrifice some bit of to do business you have to stop being a kawaida person. You don't just be an ordinary person. If that's what you're gonna be, I'm not sure you will achieve in business. And personally, together, I had to make some of these decisions, which are not easy decisions to make, of course. It's for sure doing software business and getting financing, it's not so easy. And I would say one advantage in doing software business is that the key capital you require is your brain and your skill. That's the key thing in doing business, in doing software business. If you're gonna start it out alone, and if you're building the softwares by yourself. But then it's quite a challenge, and I believe this is something that financial institutions may look into for those that will come after us, and those of us that are still there need some of these facilities. Some of the challenges in getting financing, like if you go up into a bank, the first thing they'll ask you for is collateral. I mean, in a software business, maybe the only collateral you got is a few computers and maybe some few, unlike other businesses where you got capital. So this comes as both as an advantage and as a disadvantage at the same time. Advantage because to start out software business, I believe you only need capital in form of skill and the passion and the vision. That's probably what you need. And then as you move on, as you grow the business, you got to learn how to accumulate the little resources that you're making out of what you started out, and based on that now you can extend, and I'm sure out of that you can get facilities even with what is existing financial institutions facilities.
The upsurge of digital entrepreneurs translates to cutthroat competition. This means that startups in this industry always encounter challenges as they grow. For Wise Digits, their main challenge is getting the right skills. Most technology companies work with young people. While this goes a long way in empowering the youth, the techie companies always have to contend with high turnovers.
Getting talent, especially in softwares, because you will agree with me, software development, to work with software developers requires high skill, and it requires a lot of dedication. So even the people that I work with, those that are not, the people that I've brought in to work with me in my business, one main challenge is, at times some of them think they have a skill based on what they have, maybe the programs they have gone through in college, but this doesn't always relate to what the market requires. So some of the challenges are getting talent is not easy. That I would say for a fact, it's not easy. So the only thing that I identify and I look for anytime I'm talking to a young person is do you have the potential? If the potential is there, we will take you up, then we will work with you. So the minute you come and join us, for the first few months, it takes a lot of training you, and it takes a lot of taking you through how we do things, and then based on that, we are able to nurture that talent in you, as opposed to looking for the talent out there. We fight, in which case it's an expensive venture, but probably one of the few options that we got.
While most companies are catching up with new trends in the ICT industry, some lack the budget to automate their processes.
At times, organizations are wanting to automate, but at times they don't give sufficient budgets and sufficient allocations to automation. So at times we'll get into the work of automating an organization, but we experience hurdles like when there is the organization or client doesn't have maybe sufficient staff, sufficient infrastructure to support our automation, etc. Another one that we would mention, and this cuts across the globe, we are equally affected by other non-specific issues that are not specific to our industry, like issues that are affecting our economy. They equally reach to business people like us, and at times it's not easy, jumping those hurdles.
Technology firms like Wise Digits always find themselves absorbing the effect of an economic downturn. According to Gaderu, these negatively affect their business. Intellectual property theft is rampant in the software industry. Cases abound of entrepreneurs who came up with noble ideas which were copied or stolen by competitors. To check against this worrying trend, he says that digital entrepreneurs only need to copyright their idea but not the software.
Well, copywriting is a good question, but I'll tell you, even if you walk to the organization today, it's Kenya Copyright, I don't know, I don't know the name exactly, but if you walk into the offices, one thing they'll tell you today, copywriting a software is not, because the only thing you can copyright is the idea, but not the software. And as we're speaking today, fine, we copyright our code, our source code, but not the idea. And why do I say source code, not the idea? Is because today we work for people who want to automate businesses. I'll automate a business which is in the food industry, but the same people will, a competitor to this business I've automated will be automated by the same person. Meaning, the same idea I got of automating a business in the food industry is the same thing that somebody else will achieve. So you cannot quite copyright that idea, but you can copyright your source code. And with the source code, I mean how I've implemented. So the question is, there's this problem, there's the idea you got of how you solve the problem. But whatever technologies, whatever source code we write to solve that problem, that is by the end of the day our copyright, and that's something that we've copyrighted. It's our source code, we've copyrighted it, nobody else can sell it out there because it's our own.
To overcome the challenges, Wise Digits ensures that they work with professionals. Edwin says he had to gain new skills in cyber security.
At the time, we were dealing mostly with enterprise systems and web. But I mean, there's so much happening. Like for me right now, I'm also concentrating on security, cyber security. I mean, there's so many. I mean, technology. The field of technology is very wide, so I can say that my focus currently is on cyber security.
But as clients who are not ready, the only thing that we do is we make sure that we work with rightly and written down structures. If we go to a client, some of the things that we require is even before we sign a contract with a client, we specify the kind of infrastructure we would need, the kind of facilitation we would need from the client, and that would basically mean if the client doesn't have that, then it becomes difficult for us to achieve the automation.
Software business does not have quick returns, contrary to what most people believe.
Software business does not have quick returns as most of the people would want, or most of the people would look for. But software business is a business that requires time. I mean, for you to make a sale, it takes time. You have to build a relationship with potential clients, and that takes time. So partnerships with entities, organizations is something that we've fought to achieve before, but it's something that we've not yet been able to achieve. But we've had partnerships with individuals. So these are individuals who come and become more or less like ambassadors of our product. So they are the people who tell our story out there. They're the same people who will bring clients our way.
The firm's key milestone is the customized ERP solution.
Well, our main milestones is, I would say we started with a small product. This is a product that could not even solve, it could only solve a certain number of issues. And we've been able to build an ERP that we are able to take to an organization which automates end-to-end, like say, citing even some examples, like we go to clients, like we have one flower farm that happens to be our clients, and they're able to automate or to track right from planting, which is production, they're planting flowers, whatever fertigation and spraying they do to the flowers, all the way to harvesting the flowers, selling the flowers, and taking the flowers to their clients. And these are some of the clients that are abroad. And even with that, they're equally able to trace. If they have any complaints they need to resolve with clients, they're able to trace that. And all this is happening within the solution that you've been able to give to those people. So our key milestone is that we've been able to achieve a solution. This is a solution that we've gone to tendering with other organizations, and our product has emerged top among other products.
The entrepreneur says there are massive opportunities in the ICT sector that the youth need to leverage on.
The future of softwares, specifically to say in Kenya, is quite bright. I could use this language. Well, to my opinion, as an entrepreneur, in Kenya, we just scratching the surface of softwares, to my opinion.
To keep abreast with the current technological trends in the sector, Wise Digits is constantly investing to get a working research and development laboratory in its bid of gaining a footing in the global market.
I mean, for Wise Digits, I can say as an upcoming software company, I mean, the sky is the limit. There's so much they can do, even bringing up new talent in the industry. I mean, there's so much needed. There's so much need in technology, so I mean, the sky is the limit. From businesses which need technology, from people who need training. Yeah, so even Wise Digits can open its own university, something like that. we are a local company which is homegrown. So I believe we are the go-to people for people who are seeking to automate their businesses. We are homegrown. We have the experience. We have come a long way. We know all the many challenges businesses face and also developers face. So I believe Wise Digits should be looked at as one of the go-to companies in Kenya currently, maybe even East Africa, in the technology and automation space.
With a busy schedule, Gatheru and his team create time to unwind.
I sing. Yeah, I'm a singer. I actually belong to a choir group somewhere. So some of the other ways I use for unwinding, of course, I hang out with friends. I'll go out there and meet up with friends. And I'm a little bit sporty. I like sports, but just a little bit, not so much. So I would say, but I think singing I do quite a lot.
Hanging out with friends. Personally, I like sports, like jogging, taekwondo, something like that. Yeah, I do stuff like that.